Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Yvette Best from Best Services Unlimited, your small business tax accountant. I take great pleasure in keeping small business owners IRS and state compliant, and as you know, I'm the best-selling author of 4 books. So, let's talk about this tax avoidance versus tax evasion. Okay, everyone has read the article. Everyone now knows that President Donald Trump has paid $750 on his tax returns, and y'all are all up in a roar. How did he do it? I don't understand it. It's not fair. But in actuality, he said himself that paying less taxes made him smart. And even though you may be mad about it, he's actually right. Paying less taxes is smart. However, can everyday people do it? And that answer is yes. Everyday people can pay less in taxes. But as anything, if you want to win the tax game, you have to know the rules and formulate a strategy. So, most of the time when you hear me speak, I always say that tax planning is a year long event. You cannot tax plan in December. You can't tax plan in January of the year that you're filing your taxes. It's too late. You have to be tax planning at the same time that you are getting your receipts together for the year. So, what can you do? When I tell people they want to save taxes, you first of all, W-2 employees, start a home-based business. That's the number one thing that I tell everybody. You have tax laws that are in place right now from now all the way until year 2025. You will not be able to take any unreimbursed employee expenses. So most people are not itemizing. So the house that you bought that's going to be now the American dream is no longer the American dream because you're not getting any deductions for it. So how can you start a home-based business? Start a business. I don't care if it's a brick and mortar. I don't care if you go out. Something that makes you get access to 1099 income. Point blank period. But most people don't want to do that. Then you have people who, please be sure to know, Trump has uku buku bouts of money. He can do the things that most everyday people can't do. You can't ball and say, I make $25,000 and I want to get a gazillion-dollar tax return. It's not going to happen. You only can get out what you put in. And the paying of the taxes is something that's just indicative of what you have paid into the system and what your refund is, plus or minus any credits that's refundable to you. So, one tax strategy I give to people who are lower income, if you're making $25,000 a year and you have 2 kids, you don't have to pay any taxes. You can go file exempt all year long. You still are not going to pay any taxes, and you'll still get a great refund because any taxes that you have to pay can definitely be offset by the earned income credit that you're getting or or child tax credit. You're going to get those things. Your taxes are going to be low. Now, moving along to somebody who is higher income earning, 6 figures or more. I even give 75,000 or more. Now, you're getting one thing you can't get rid of is the child tax credit because it's available to people all the way up to income levels of 400,000 or more. So you're still going to be able to get that credit, something that you didn't have prior to 2018. Like most people don't remember that prior to 2018, if you made like 100,000, you didn't even get the child tax credit when it was when it was still $1,000. It was phased out. So things that are not available to higher earning people, this is when it's most important that you have a home-based business in place because you're not able to take and get all the deductions that most people will get, like education credits, the American Opportunity Credit. Unless you marry, filing joint, a lot of people are not eligible to get those credits because of the income that they earn. But okay, so that's all about W-2 employees. Let's move along to business owners. Business owners, you know darn well y'all don't like to pay no taxes, and then you want to write off everything. And that's fine, but there's a consequence for that. When you write off everything, then you wonder why I can't afford to get a mortgage, or I can't afford to get a car, or I can't afford to get these things. Now, if you are in a place where you're trying to buy something, you may have to pay some taxes because you want to be able to show the income that you have to be able to get the things that you want. But there's ways around that. You can become an S corp, pay yourself a salary, and then write off all the stuff that you want to on your S corp return. That's a strategy. But most people do not want to pay the price that it costs to have a professional prepare their S corp return. Or, and I mean, I'm not opposed to anyone using TurboTax or any of those mechanisms. Please do not get me wrong, but you should know what you're doing when you're using these computer programs, because they're just there for you to put in the data entry. You need to have some type of tax knowledge. And if you don't want to prepare your taxes yourself, that's fine too. But take and pay and get a consultation. Take and pay and talk to somebody to talk about what type of tax strategy you can use. There most well, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm assuming that most tax accountants would not be opposed to meeting with you to help you strategize on your taxes, whether or not they're doing your tax return or not. Because you have to remember, if you tax plan with an accountant, you're going to walk away with that table, I promise you, anywhere from $12,000 to $85,000 of savings off the bat. Tax planning is not cheap either, because usually any tax planning consult is going to be at least probably about $2,500 because of the savings that they're going to be giving you, whether they're doing your return or not. And that conversation could be anywhere from 2 to 4 hours long. And for that, that's probably worth more to them than them actually having to do your returns. So it's good to invest in tax planning. You want to be able to pay $750 in taxes, you need a tax plan. And tax planning, again, is a year-long event. You can't do it in December. We always talk about this last 90 days of the year, and now we're running around making you do everything to get in compliance. But who wants to work like that when you could just start from January, break it down into doable bits so you can have good financial management of your business? That's what you're supposed to be doing. But you can't get mad at somebody who plays the game and win with a strategic tax plan and then goes ahead and do all the things that they need to do. So, again, I was saying we got like 90 days left. What do you need to do? W-2 employees, please go start a home-based business. I don't care what home-based business is. You know me, I'm team my econ all day. If you like to join my team, let me know. If not, find a home-based business and put it in place and start working it. You got 90 days. There's 90 days you could be writing off anything that you already have that you're already using. You're already using your phone every day. You're using your car every day. And you know me, I am the queen of connecting business travel to anything that I do. Anywhere I go is business travel. I got clients in 42 states. Anywhere I go is business travel. Even if when I leave the country, it's business travel. I make connections everywhere I go. So these are the things you want to do to be able to have a tax deductible lifestyle. Keyword is tax deductible lifestyle. Tax deductible. You want to be doing everything you can and connecting it to your business so you could be able to write it off. Now, boy, W-2 employees, you want to take and start a home-based business. Now, if you can't do that, you might as well just sit back, pay your taxes, and just get off the soapbox and stop complaining. Business owners, you need to keep better receipts. Point blank period. You can't play the game if you don't even have the receipts to show the stuff that you bought. You buy things, you don't, I mean, it's easy. We got apps. If you're not a person who's tech savvy, get a kid to take pictures of your receipts and keep them in your phone. We have apps to keep all your receipts together. If you have to go old school with paper and tape, do that. But keep track of your receipts. That's how you get write-offs. You got to be able to prove it. Remember, I told you, documentation beats conversation. You get called in for an audit and you come in with a stack of receipts this heavy, the audit going to come in and you're going to go right back out. Point blank period. You can't write stuff off when you don't have proof. Come on. And then third is get some tax planning. You can't go in and then at tax table in February and say, well, why I can't write that off? Or what can I do now? That was supposed to have been discussed before tax season ended. Like these 90 days, this is the time. Reach out to your tax professional. This is the time you're supposed to be talking to them. Hey, I read the article and it sparked some interest. I need to know, what am I doing? Am I doing enough to make sure that my taxes is going to be low this year? What can I do to do better, to strategize? If you have a home-based business, do you have one you recommend that I could be in? Things like that. There's questions, and tax professionals, you need to be reaching out to your base too. It's a two-way street. Your clients should be reaching out to you, but you also should be contacting your clients, asking them. It's been a hectic year. 2020 been crazy. How you not talking to your clients and asking them how? At least just touch them and say, hey, how you doing? Are you all right? Has any family been sick? Anything to spark a conversation about this taxes. Now, I know most of y'all are very upset about Donald Trump paying us $750. But I always tell people, there is no law for you to file tax returns at all. But there are laws to put you in jail for tax evasion when you don't pay taxes when you're supposed to. But tax avoidance is a legal maneuver. Business owners use it so they do not have to pay taxes. Want to be part of that group? Become a business owner. That's it. Now, you can do this also just as an everyday person with a W-2. Like I explained in the beginning, I said, if you make $25,000 a year and you got at least 2 dependents on your return, I promise you, you can file exempt all year and you will get all of your money because your income is low. And after they take the standard deduction away, the amount of taxes that you're going to pay is easily going to be absolved with your child tax credit. It is what it is. So, y'all been in my inbox all week, even before I can even wake up. Man, I don't understand how you pay $750. It is what it is. It's called tax avoidance. It is a legal maneuver. Business owners have been using it since the day has been long. When we tell you, start a home-based business, hire your kids, hire your spouse, get a retirement package, change to an S corp, pay yourself a salary, start your own 401k and pay yourself as an employee and as an employer through your 401k. When we give you all of that information and most of all this stuff, we tell you every single time as a free. This is not even part of the tax planning. And that tax saving, all of this that I just told you now, that tax savings alone, depending on anywhere between $12,000 to $56,000 right there. That was free game. Free. But how many people is going to put in inputs? How many business? I know business owners right now that make multiple 6 figures but have no money saved for retirement. You can't work forever. It's just not capable. Nobody can work forever. So when do you start saving money for the future? And that is another way you can avoid paying taxes, plus saving for your future. Ooh. I just want to know. I know y'all probably like, ooh, why is Yvette so upset with us today? It's because my inbox have been humming about this darn articles. They sharing all this stuff. And a lot of times I'm like, the people who's inbox me, like, just personally, like, our money is not even long enough to do the stuff that they're doing. You talking about uber rich, ultra wealthy people who are doing these maneuvers. But you can take these same tax maneuvers and just do it on a smaller level. These tax deductions is available for everybody. Some of them can work as long as you stay at LLC that's inside of LLC that's disregarded on a Schedule C form. You got others that expand once you take your business to the next level and become an S Corp, a C Corp, or a partnership. But a lot of these things you can do. Most of them you can't do if you're not a business owner. So become one. Get access to 1099 income and change your life. That's it. You want to be able to pay less tax. You want to have more money in your pocket. You don't want to be having Uncle Sam. You know, I tell you all the time that Uncle Sam is not your uncle, but you can't claim him, but you have to pay him. If you don't want to do it, start a business. Point blank, period. You wanted to hear, now people was all in my inbox me saying they wanted to hear what I was going to say. Well, Yvette, I want to hear what your point is. You want to win the game? You got to know the rules. You have to formulate a strategic plan. That where's the tax planning come in. And tax planning is a year-long event. And you want to plan every month, all month long. And you need to find you a business partner that is your tax accountant that's going to work with you to make sure that you are doing everything in your power to pay as less taxes as possible. It's the only way that is going to work. You are not going to be, I know people who you Google all day. There's brilliant people, but not brilliant when it comes to finances. A lot of my creatives are creative, can probably build houses from scratch and don't know one clue on how to get financing to make it happen. This is where your tax accountant comes in. Just get on board, find you an advisor, pay for a consultation, and change your game. Get a business and change your life. You want to have a tax deductible lifestyle? Become a business owner. It's the only way. You can't work your way to wealth. I say all day long, the job is one source of income. It is not supposed to be your sole source of income. And you already know. Come on, think about it. We done have parents, grandparents, great grandparents, and the great great grandparents. All of them worked, and none of them was hardly any of them was wealthy. So how do you change? And that's always say multiple streams of income is a necessity. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. But I don't want you to get 7 jobs. I want you to tap into passive income, royalty income, rental income, having your job income. I don't have a problem with people having jobs and having a business. I started out that way. I was a full-time employee with a full-time business, and at one point going to school, writing, speaking, all of those things. You can do that. But I'm a full-time entrepreneur now. I love it because I get to do anything that I want to do. And I look at other people who say, "Oh, Yvette, I wish I was doing what you're doing." And you give them the plan on what to do, and then they say it's not possible. What do you mean? You looking at somebody that has done it. When I tell somebody, "Oh no, I paid my house off in 24 months. How can I do it?" That's what I do. I'm telling you, if I tell you it can be done, it can be done. I promise you. But if you want to win the tax game, you have to have a tax plan. It don't happen overnight. And you can Google all day and research all day, but unless you already know, you can Google stuff on and find out 5 different answers to the same question. And you will not know which one to follow without somebody who can really tell you what to do. And then choose wisely too. Don't just choose somebody because they saying, "Oh, I could do this or I could save you." How can somebody tell you they could get you a $10,000 refund? They ain't even see the piece of paper you had. That's another thing. Be a little bit more concerning about the people you give your tax information to. I had it happen. I had somebody go to somebody, get their taxes done, and the refund they got was half of what they got when they was with me the year before. And what did they do? Come right back and say, "Yvette, amend my return to get my money," because I don't know why I even did what I did. And it was over the price. Be willing to pay, because you're not gonna get tax game from tax accountants for free. That's how they eat every day. You gotta pay. It's this, like I said, there's 2 systems: one for the informed, one for the uninformed. You want to become one of the informed people? Talk to somebody who's informed so your uninformed person can become an informed person. Get part of the circle. That's what you want to do. So I think I done talked to y'all enough for tonight. Y'all can continue to inbox me. I'm good. We'll talk to you, but y'all not ready. A lot of y'all just not ready. And that's not even about the W-2 employees who don't want to become business owners. Your business owners is not ready too. I bet you any amount of money, it's now gonna be October, and I bet you half of y'all don't have your receipts together, don't know the income that you done took in from unemployment, as well as if you got another job, got something going on. Yeah. Please reach out to your tax professional. This is the time right now, 4th quarter. Don't let these 3 months go by and you don't talk to somebody before the end of the year. Because I'll tell you, this year and the income people have gotten is way different than any other type of year. And I promise you, when them tax time surprises come, y'all gonna be just emotionally unrecovered as y'all was from 2018 when y'all first got hit with them tax laws. Whew. Well, I'm getting ready to go eat dinner now, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. But continue to inbox me. If y'all got any questions, just throw them in the comments. I'll get back to you. And again, tax planning is a year-long event. If you don't take anything else from this live, tax planning is a year-long event. Get on board, get you a tax professional, and do what you're supposed to do. And again, this is not about tax preparation. I said tax planning. You can still, if you want to do your taxes yourself, that's fine. But get some advice before you start typing in the stuff and mess up and then wind up having that letter from the IRS and still gonna have to hire somebody that cost you more than you would have just invested it in getting a tax professional. That's it. So, please have a good night, everybody. And again, my name is Yvette D. Best. I am your small business tax accountant. And the word of the day is no word of the sentence of the day. Tax planning is a year-long event. Have a good night.